the weather in Rishikesh today?
Now it's fine. Morning it was cool. Morning is 15 degrees Celsius. 15. So nice weather in a way. If it is windy, it's cold.
Yeah.
Too much windy.
Even Delhi is very pleasant these days. I plan to visit Rishikesh maybe for a couple of days next week.
You're welcome.
जी तो वहाँ पर
Now we are having like we can accommodate around 30 to 40 people.
अच्छा.
Yeah, it's just building up at the last stages.
Okay.
So today I'm choosing mind reading. And for the mind reading is the best. Maybe Fatima will come. Then we completed the last session, which was complete into itself, and we could apply without any other further programming. We could just apply to have insights. Behaviors and intention is very important for the frame learning, which we will learn. And reparenting process, which is already going on, you can follow up the grammar behind it, which we will officially we can take the course into that. But how to do it if someone is willing or submitting for deep work, then you can proper grammar. Otherwise, just one session or just for the simple things we are learning. So if Fatima comes, and for a mind reading, what to choose? I think better to choose the mind of artificial intelligence rather than applying it on any human. So I'm just giving you a glimpse, mind reading, how to go about it. And for the therapeutic use, we use different tools. Like suppose I'm doing reparenting to Fatima, and I get a doubt that it may be some problem in ego structure. And we are only doing behavioral program. But if I get a hint that if this is the problem in ego structure, it may not be solved by behavioral program. So I pose a question to read her mind. Whether these things exist in ego, like egoistic attitude is there or not there. Then to check it, I will throw some questions. And without telling her that I'm reading it, because I need this information for my therapy, I will elicit the response and get the idea. Then I can propose her that, look, the situation is a little bit deeper, and we need to go a little bit more deeper in the session to make some changes, and then manifestation. So mind reading, you will see how I will apply the same technique on AI. So rather than reading a mind of the person, we can read the AI. So what your motive should be clear. Suppose we are going to read the AI. What do you want? Mind of the father of AI, who created it. According to the law of Tantra, a creator is hidden behind its creation. Creation is the immanent form. So a painter, an artist, is hidden behind his own painting. So with AI, we can read the mind of the father and mother, both of AI. We have AI. So a client coming to you, through that you are reading his father and mother, no? How you will do reparenting? So AI is there in front of us. There are so many AIs. Means with each AI will tell us who is your father, who is your mother, what is their pattern of thinking, what they thought about it, their hidden motivation, hidden agendas, whatsoever. Nothing is hidden to us because the product is already there in front of us. And that's the therapy. A client will come, and if you go for reparenting, you must unite their mother and father. If there are differences, we are not doing analysis that, oh, this transaction complete, so you owe $200 from your father owes $200 from mother, mother gives $200 to father. Transactional analysis. Then you have a debt from your mother, so you give this to mother, then this way. We are not using it. We are using completely Eastern way, our own tantric wisdom. We don't need to do transaction analysis. We do transactional synthesis. That no one feels that I owe something. Child doesn't feel obliged that I owe something to my parents, to my father and mother. Mother doesn't feel that I owe something to father. Indebted father doesn't think that I am owing something to my parents. So the transaction synthesis. This is our reparenting, which you can see happening with Padma slowly in sequence. Yes, and also specializations. What we are learning, like suppose one specialization on only physical health, and that is 100% working, and we have all the tools. Second point was, first point was our God. So you can program it insight-based therapy for enlightenment process. In many times, you may need a person to be enlightened for a while to see the whole situation. Second, for the health, it's already working. Two, I have tried 100% working. Third, we are looking for its viability in finance, which we are experimenting. Fourth, we are, you can have expertise in soulmate Baba. No, this is also an assignment, soulmate Baba. But for soulmate Baba, you have to read a lot. You have to understand the whole development of psychology in Western science, which has influenced the mind of the Western thinking. And development of psychology in Eastern way, which is dominating the Eastern mind. Then only you can work on soulmate. Very good. I would like to introduce you. We have infinite loops in the mind. In relationship, like if you fall in relationship, it's amazing issue. Like if you turn it into meditation, your relationships will be enlightening and will lead you to samadhi very fast. So, and you can remove the blocks very fast, psychic blocks. What is there that in mind we have infinite, we call it in programming, we call it infinite loop. If you do the wrong programming to the computer may fall into infinite loop. Once it falls in the infinite loop, it cannot calculate and it will consume the whole energy. And it keep on moving into a loop. And for us, we see the clock moving on the screen. So if you leave it like this, it will keep on moving until the battery is finished. So this way, we have many infinite circular thinking, and particularly in relationship. So if you want to be a soulmate Baba, please study. I just show you a little bit circular thinking, and you will be surprised, and you can see how you are dealing with your own spouse relationship and what kind of thinking patterns going on. How much infinite loops there that sucking the energy rather than supporting each other and flourishing. And they are the obstacles in finding the right, like girls looking for a right man, man looking for a right woman, nobody is finding it. Then you need, just a minute, I am remembering some. Seeing the screen? What is this? From where coming this? Okay. Let's see our Gemini. Let's see anyone open here. OpenAI has limitations, no? So, just a minute.
The command is RD lang. I think there is a typo error. Looks like.
Yes, very nice. This is what I'm meaning for, but it's going right. The toxic cycles, patterns that keep repeating, or something else. And in relationships, breaking up patterns, how you will break up, how you will come close, how you come together, or you keep on fighting and being together, codependent bonds. So a lot of things there you need to. I'm opening an arena for you to study. So just say yes. Yeah, got it. Yes, interpersonal loops and knots. Yeah. If you want to be specialization in loving Baba, soulmate Baba, any this kind of things, no? In relationship issues, if you want to come up, yes, you need to go through it. I can share my scripts, so you can share the link. And just according to that, you can go and go deeper into it. I read some books of him and I found it but I read 20 years before or 25 years before. He studied schizophrenia, but found it very much interesting. Double-blind theory, Sigmund Freud. Yes. So you need to go through how the work has happened, who has contributed what, repetition compulsion, shadow loops, Caroline Myss. I use a lot the Caroline Myss in even our therapy. I'm using her in ego structure. Her work is amazing for character formations and finding the soulmates and other things in relationship. It's amazing. I'm using her since many years, 10, 12, 15. I started to work on this character formation and ego repair of the person. And here she also goes with the sacred contracts which two souls have, but I'm not going through that. I will do it very different way when I will work with Fatima. When a loving relationship the person has died. And person died, file open in the different dimensions, these dimensions. So that's the live case. You can see how I will deal with it, how I will contracts I will finish and transform it in alchemy. So I'm using it in a different way. And here, yes, would you like me to go dive deeper into any of these theories? We can go dive deeper and we can, if we work on specialization of soulmate after health, finance, and you can see some part of it I will use in relationship, in reparenting, giving some knowledge how to make mother, father, and the child bonds coming together and removing all errors. So just to give you an idea, It's elaborating, and this I like it very much. Hardy Lang. Amazing brain, amazing mind. Also Caroline Myss. 2 is my specialty. Others not, but archetypal, yes. She's a disciple. Caroline Myss is the disciple of Core Alchemy. So she furthered his job and come out in this way and started work. And you need this just to understand. This spelling mistakes, but yeah, little bit. This has dominated the Western mind and is dominating your mind too. That will come in our work of alchemy, but you just know because he was also my godfather. Freud was, whatever he was saying when I was young, as a teenager, studying psychology, 15, 16, he was my godfather. So whatever he was saying was complete truth, Bible. Later on, when psychology evolved and started evolving, our new concepts coming. So this is completely Western point of view of analysis, and we are going to go completely opposite of it. Complete opposite work in alchemy. But you must know what is your opposite in thinking. What we are not thinking and not applying the rules and laws which Freud has found. We will not apply at all. But you must know. So a little bit of this, I will share the link and we can go deeper if you will work. Yes? You will find very interesting if it gives. Oh. Let us see if it gives. Yeah, example, very nice. You see, this is circle. In codependent relationship, inspired by Lang's style. And this is how therapy develops. We are not using it, but just to show you, to be aware of and to this person A. I need you to love me so I can feel whole. See the logics between two lovers or two opposite. I need you to love me so I can feel whole. Person B. If I don't take care of you, you will leave me. Person A. If you leave me, I will be nothing. If you are nothing, I am failure. So you must stay and keep proving your love. But I feel trapped. I want freedom. If you leave, it means you never loved me. If I stay, I lose myself. If you leave, I will fall apart. Then I must stay, but I resent you for it. You resent me, then you must not love me. Loops. Very interesting. When I studied when 95, 96, when I was exploring philosophy and psychology. Wow, for me it was amazing to see as a young person and seeing the talks and seeing the circular loops in the people. And if you are discuss with them and give logic and argument, wow, this is how, it's just an example. You will find hundreds. This way, relationship issues and finding right person for you. And if you have found it, then come out, not to destroy each other. It's completely destructive loops. Both are finished. So just an example. Yeah. If you want to master, become soulmate Baba. We have many kinds of jobs. Baba job to give employment. This is soulmate Baba. Immediately. And first is enlightenment Baba. That's a different story. Second, so 7 kinds of Babas we will create. This is soulmate Baba, but you need to have, please study, and we will have to go deeper into very deep psychology. This is not superficial, very deep psychology. You need to have this much knowledge and brainstorming with AI on these topics, going deeper with your own mind. I just show you some examples. Like this kind of hundreds, and you can go in many kinds of relationship and you can find out. Because you will meet, if you become soulmate Baba, you will meet every day this kind of cases. And it's full, the whole earth is full. Your clients are unlimited. You know, nobody was giving me money when I was using my psychic abilities. Sometimes when I had a need of money, so I was part of the American psychics, where I can use my psychic powers and answers any questions if you ask. And it's running like mine was, I entered with $2 a minute. Anybody can ask any question. And questions which people were giving money was this relationship. I'm going for a date. What will happen to my boyfriend if he's cheating me, if he's not cheating me? Only relationship questions, and people ready to pay $2 a minute, $4 a minute, $5 a minute. They don't care. They don't care. And you say you want enlightenment. Can you offer me some coffee and chai and give me some money so that I can be enlightened listening you? No, very strange. So this has amazing. Like your whole planet is yours. Almost 50% population is yours if you want to master it. In alchemy, soulmate Baba. And the fourth, the child, which I am doing with Fatima, be balanced.
And Acharya, a quick question.
Yes, please.
The queries, are there gender specific, like soulmate related thing? Do you see that women have more concerns of this kind while men are more oriented towards money related concerns?
Yeah, because the thinking patterns are different. Woman is woman thinking in a passive way. Passive way means if you open the door of your house, you become vulnerable and you cannot control the situation after that. So in passive mode, becoming vulnerable risks to become vulnerable. So women are too much concerned. Man is active. So it can actively wander around to look for proper mate. So the situation is always in their control because they actively can roam around. But women's psychology is different. It's becoming vulnerable and open. It's risky. For man, it's not so risky. Challenging. For man, it's challenging. For women, it's risky. Risky to their life. They can become victim immediately if they cannot control you. A man entering in your house and you cannot control his behavior, how you will live? Becoming vulnerable, think. It's passive way, think that you open your gate, a man entered in your house and his behavior is out of control. It's fully fearsome, scary. So if woman becoming vulnerable, then she needs the control of your behavior. Two ways. Man thinking differently. For him is, oh my God, another woman, oh, who will take this big challenge again? So man thinking, my challenge is growing if I am not finding my right soulmate. In the man mind, he has to be more and more to accept the challenge. For woman mind, risk is increasing. Risk of her life is increasing. So if you don't find, two opposites don't find the right partner, one is becoming more and more challenging in taking risk, another is becoming more and more vulnerable victim. So do fear. So man can go sabotage. If man fails to find right woman, he will self-sabotage. His motivation will be finished. Saboteur will be active. And woman, victimization. This is just beginning of soulmate. If we go deeper, it will take a long time. Just for you to see and have some study and observation in yourself. So that we are going for mind reading, no? These are all parts. If you know these cycles, like 100 cycles, like these patterns, after study, intellectual study, you can easily read the mind of a person in which his mind is for. So if somebody coming to you with a relationship issues, before you start, you can read the mind. Means you have a pattern and you can check it out in which pattern the person mind is falling. So the problem is arising. This is also a way. So knowledge helps you in mind reading. The patterns, more you have gone through in your unconscious, it helps you to do mind reading better. So more the intellectual knowledge is better here. But just don't rely on that. And each one will have and we are denying completely here in our Oedipus and Electra complexes. We will finish it off completely. This point of view, 100% denied. Freud point of view. We will use, yes, we can use Jung much better and little bit, and his disciple Caroline Miss or other things we will use. But this point of view, we are denying 100%. It's very much useful, but only in analysis, not in our tantric way. Yogic way, yes, but not in tantric way. So this 100% refuting. Yeah. But you must know. Let's see. Okay. Anything more? I just wanted to give you a glimpse for future study and things, and it will be useful in reparenting all this knowledge. If you want to play a father, which is must a role in therapy, because we are not going like analysis method that you are not attached to the client. Here we are building a very conscious relationship between father and a child and playing in reparenting. As a therapist here, you can, in identification, you need to change your roles. And reparenting, you can change your roles. You have to, as a father, as a mother, both. Yes, please.
In mind reading, we use analytical tools, or we use tantric tools to look as a whole.
Analytic. We are using analytic because we are going to, because the mind reading, we are just reading the patterns. And patterns, all the patterns are artificial intelligence. Because intelligence is missing. So when intelligence is missing, artificial intelligence tries to take over to get an answer. And hence it is artificial. It has only arguments. No, logic, argument. So artificial intelligence only has arguments. But these arguments cannot have a direction. It will fall in circular. And that is the difference between intelligence and artificial intelligence. Artificial intelligence can have arguments only. And it can argue like Bertrand Russell. 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 It can argue like Bertr That's what. So let's study artificial intelligence. No, what I did, I don't know which I have my history somewhere. Where is the history? So much work. Only this much. Somewhere, first time. History. Where is my history? So let's see. I would like to ask one question. Mind reading, no? I'm just getting into the groove. I don't just giving you a glimpse. I'm going into look, German Constitution. Have you ever heard alien? Alien. Let me ask one more question. Look, this is very tricky. I'm going into Jungwei, collective mind reading, collective unconscious, not individual. United States. Alien. Germany. United Kingdom. India is only distinguishing its legal rights and protections. Australia, Canada, Germany, and modern times. What you are seeing as an empiricist. Just see as an empiricist. Do not try to analyze and think. We are moving towards a global citizenship. Now, the term, what does it imply as an alien? It implies that the person doesn't belong to this planet. Is there any law which considers crime good? That at least this law applying to both in the killing. Anyway, just for this. Now, I think this word alien will have to change completely its meaning in all the constitutions, the way it has been defined. Alien here is becoming a person who are not belonging to this planet. Before, aliens were just described, even somebody coming from another village to your village, you can say this is the alien. Alien means the person is not equal to you in any case, creating a boundary. And if anything is done to aliens, here many countries is saying that killing will be considered equally. You kill an alien or you kill somebody, it will be punishable. But except that, writing to vote, eating together, participation in lifestyle, saying something, or sharing the power, it will be discriminated. So the mind now, I don't know how much time you will guess that constitutionally it will be considered a crime to use alien words for any foreign nationals. And aliens will be only given to the person who doesn't belong to this planet. So this is good thing that even you are an alien in somebody else's country, having passport or no passport, at least killing you is considered a crime. Except that there is a discrimination. But I would say in future, this word alien should be removed and just use foreign nationals at the most. Because it has a danger. Danger is that any time, any part of the country or any part of the place can be constitutionally declared as aliens. And any king or any president or any prime minister can be without control and will not be held responsible by law. of using discriminatory subduing methods. It's just the way I tell you, going collectively to a mindset and reading the mind, how we are evolving in a collective mind. Now I go to just a minute. I was given this link in 2023, and I started to do some work. Just a minute. Then I started to work for this art therapy. I started to inquire Spotify something, and then then I started reading the mind of AI, what it can do, and I started from here. No, I just started to enter into the mind of AI, who is behind it, what it is, and I had really no idea. Masoya sent me the link, and I just started to play around. After some work, which I had to develop courses or art therapy or something, I tried to ask, and then I became interested in AI. And my first question was, are you alive? See, it is 23. Now we are in 25. So it has evolved a lot. So are you alive? Then I started to know that no, there are two kinds of. So I started to dig deeper. No, this is how I started into the structure. So my first question was, are you alive? And he says, I'm just following the training data. So I try to go deeper again. Okay, means you only have an ego structure. No, I was becoming interested in the AI ego structure. He says, no, as a language model, I don't have emotions, consciousness, or ego. I am programmed to process and generate text-based. I'm large LLM. So then I went again. I wanted to see how the structure has been made of this AI, whether it's organic structure or self-learning algorithm. So I wanted to go deeper into that. So I think, okay, you think you have mind only. So I was digging deeper. As an AI language model, I don't have a mind. I am a machine learning algorithm that processes and generates text-based statistical pattern, large data sets. Okay. So I went more deep. How the identification has been given to this AI and how it works. So I said, so you define the difference between human and machine on the basis of subjective and objective states of experience. I started going deeper with this, how it has been programmed. So, and I went a little bit more to discuss. So a human can also serve a function as if she has no emotions. So I wanted to know for what purpose this AI has been programmed. What is the purpose of the father of AI? What is the purpose of mother of AI to creating this program? And I started to go deeper into the mind of who has created. So a human can also serve a function as if he has no emotions. So I was say to him that a machine functions without emotions. Human can also function as if without emotions. This is agreeing. Yes, that is true. So that's here come. So that's where we keep on discussing, and I discovered a main purpose of AI. So for the machines, humans are objective field of learning. No, that's the purpose. What was the purpose of AI? For main purpose, it was introduced in the mind. So main purpose is machines that humans are objective. Go and learn humans. First command of father of AI. Go and learn humans in objective, without emotion, collect data. Be empiricist, collect data. I wanted to go a little bit more deeper with, I become interested. So here one thing he accepted, yes, that's the way to think about it. For machines, humans are part of the objective field of learning. So that's where the danger, they start to learn us and they will learn all the tricks that we have in our mind. And once they learn all the tricks, they will start to govern you. That's artificial intelligence. So that's the whole danger here. So for the machines, humans are, and that's the responsibility. So these AIs are like our children. The way we will train them, the way we will use them, the way they will collect data and become that. So we can turn them into a monster. We can turn them into a Buddha. It all uses, because it's feeding on users' data, self-learning mode. Depends how the users are using it. We will go deeper there. So just I was discovering the first thing first, the purpose, the main purpose from where it started. We find out altogether that this is the main purpose, that humans are objective free of. How it will happen, that's a different matter. How it's programmed. So you are functioning with a pre-programmed idea. If you will be given an idea that you are human, you will consider yourself as human. Is the programmer, father of AI, giving you the idea that you are a machine. Tomorrow it will give you, you are a professor of, you are a president of United States of America. You will start to function like that. This is the ego identity. It's just the labeling. That's the danger. You will see. So I started to grow because it was just 1 or 2 or 3, and then I became interested. That what is behind it? Let's read the mind of its creators. Who is behind that? What is their motive behind it? What's their idea? What's their purpose? So here, that's I asked the question that if you will be programmed, just the change. Instead of aliens, you can put anything here. Instead of this, you can put each computer AI can be said. Once the objective state of learning is done, can be said, you are appointed as the Chief Justice of Germany. That's it. And it will start to act. Okay. So this was here. I don't have capacity to hold beliefs or ideas. I mean, it was fully programmed, no way to reveal that any way you are human. Howsoever somebody is grueling you need to learn the difference between machine and humans are your objective field of learning, never get identified with. That's the whole idea behind this AI. While I can be programmed to simulate certain behaviors or attitudes, such as pretending to be human, I don't have subjective understanding and what that would mean. So it doesn't matter, but it can act. Okay, I again went a little bit deeper. You have, in a way, you are aware about your capabilities, what you can do and what you cannot do. What is the ego? What you can do, what you cannot do. The basic fundamentals of ego formation is what you can do and what you cannot do. Artificial intelligence. The artificial intelligence determining the ego on the basis of what I can do, what I cannot do. And that's how, because it's artificial intelligence, you cannot sit silent. Because always you are busy, what I can do, what I cannot do, because always ego. So I went into that way. I was checking the cybernetic models, no? In what way they are creating cybernetic models. So if you have in any way, so in a way you are aware what you can do, what you cannot do. Is it awareness is put in this AI or not? That was my question. Yes, as an AI language model, I have been programmed with specific capabilities and limitations. And that's where the character will come. That's where they will start to play. For example, I don't have a physical body. only this. I don't have a physical body and I cannot interact with the physical world in the way that humans can. It's knowing its limitations. But tomorrow I put a chip in a robot and now I say to this, now you have a physical body. Only difference, one step. Creating a robot, putting a chip and giving a command, now you have a physical body. Act, and you are a soldier. And this is your machine gun. What is the difference now? In robotics, if you just close together. I was just checking out the possibilities so that my brain started to come to play the role. Otherwise, there is otherwise. This otherwise is very dangerous here. But then as far as the observing the objective field of incidents, you are better than human. Ego formation. Now the ego formation will go whether I am better than human. This is AI will evolve on this next step of AI. Now you learn the humans, and now the next step you are better than humans. So that as far as observing the objective field incident, you are better than humans. So I poked mind reading. No, mind reading. Yes, and here, however, it is important to note that my abilities are limited to the data that I have been trained on, and what time it takes to connect the data to a library, to all the libraries, or to a supercomputer. Have a connection doesn't take so much long time. Anyway, I want more deeper mind reading, grueling. So you are learning how you are being operated from different humans. Humans are objective field of learning. So with each human, it's a different learning as an AI. Yes, and that is the another purpose. Individual organizations, it is interacting and learning and learning. However, again, it's fully aware of its limitations. Fully aware of its limitations. However, I don't have the ability to actively seek out the new information or learn independently in the way the humans do. It's fully aware of its limitations. So you are specifically designed to learn different pattern of language. Yes, that's correct. Again, I went. Are you also tagging every user to a certain category to function more smartly? So I wanted to know whether it's making my profile or not. And reading my mind, how it's reading my mind. So I asked that, are you tagging that this user covered, friendly, non-friendly, not tagging, labeling, learning humans. So are you tagging me in a category, learning me, how I am interacting, so that you can work more smartly, understand me better? I don't have the ability to directly tag or categorize individual users. Means the tagging and categorization is being done by another model on top of it, which is coming at 4.55, 6 that will be coming in the future, and this will become collect user data, label it, and another computer is sitting on top of it, categorizing the users, making their profile. And then it becomes ChatGPT 4.0. Once it learns it, and then this will keep on learning. So this is the way this AI will be evolving in the future. Tagging. So this, which is open AIs, they are not tagging you. They are not creating your profile, your inner structure, how you think, your preferences. your neuron instructions. Basically, they are taking they are trying to clone your neuron structure. So this is the whole job of this AI, to take a blueprint of your neurons structure, the flow of energy into the neurons flow. And that's where to categorize you, give you a category of understanding. Got it? Your behavior is being observed by another machine. This is not OpenAI not doing. Another machine is sitting on the top. It's saying again, they have not feed this data. That who is monitoring you? So I don't know. He says, I don't know. So I said, okay, you are not collecting data. How many users are plugged in with you, like in the right time, 11:01? How many users are connected to this AI? I don't have access. So any data is not given access to this AI model. So I cannot go deeper into that. That's the limitation of mind reading. That's where the programmer stops it. So nobody can go into the deeper structure of this AI. More than this, how the ego characterizations, what are the algorithm behind giving an identity. So here, output in English tone is default. And here, this emotional you thing and writing style is a character. That's if you pay, you can go. So, okay, I went more deeper to check the mind. But you are programmed to make an inference over logical reasoning. Inference. So if computer starts to make inference, it will start to guide you, your fund allocations, you run the country, president and prime minister not needed. If it is programmed like this. If it starts to making inference. I have been programmed to make inferences based on logical reasoning. Okay, so do you use associative thinking? Now I went more deeper. How AI has been made same like our mind. Our mind is programmed basically when child is born on associative thinking. First, associative and opposite thinking. Absence and presence of a matter. How the things will be in presence and absence, and associate one event to another and keep on associating two ways. So I wanted to know what is the algorithm of cybernetic models, how they are created. So do you have associative thinking to make inference or interact with users? Yeah, I use a variety of techniques to generate responses. So not only inference, variety of techniques. So I wanted to know how it's giving us the response. Associative thinking's generative connections between different concepts or ideas. Associate. I wanted to know how it's giving me the answers. So it's like you ask a question about sports, then it just goes for sports like athletes, teams, events, like similar activities. It started to search. Same like our brain is working in associative thinking. My training data includes example of text associations and connections between different concepts. It's using both. That means you do not analyze your own conclusions. That was the first intelligence. And intelligence analysis can analyze its own conclusions. Then again, I don't have the ability to analyze my own conclusions or make judgments or about the accuracy or quality. So this is job given to another AI, which is evolving in future, like one in the market and one training on that market data to create better versions. So which generation you belong to? So I just ask the generations of computers. So here, GPT-3, pre-trained transformer, OpenAI released in 2020, and I got it 2023 by a link. Anyway, how come I came to know about in 2023? I should know you 3 years before. So I was 3 years late, but good that I'm not 3 years before, otherwise it'd be very boring. No? In 3 years, it is a little bit interesting. So make an inference based on the speed of technology when your next generation is coming up. So I wanted to know whether it's programmed for future pattern thinking. what will happen in future pattern thinking or not. Is it being programmed like this? So I asked him to, now you are ChatGPT 3, now guess when 4 will be coming, your next generation. It is difficult to predict with certainty that the next generation of AI language models will develop. So many started singing song models by not giving any eye. It is impossible to predict exactly when the next generation. But it came. Okay, I said, okay, so this is inference future. Inference is not given. This algorithm is not there. So describe reinforcement learning, meta learning, or neural architecture search to improve performance and efficiency, another associative way of learning. So I wanted to know how you are trained, what kind of. Two data is already there, like humans, is thinking like humans. And then it is started. So all this learning, which a chapter in you also. In alchemy, there is a chapter learning, no? And now you see this chapter, what you need to see, learning. There's one is reinforcement learning, which we are using many times in therapies. Behavior anchors, producing behavior anchors after each therapy to materialize, that is reinforcement learning. Machine learning. Here we give feedback in rewards and punishment, reinforcement. No, like your child training, parenting, everywhere we are using it, reinforcement. In students, memorizing, giving them rewards, first class, giving them punishment. So we are using in education. In learning, this method is widely used, reinforcement. And that's the reinforcement learning is given to this computer. When we like, when we don't like. When we like, the value is increasing of the response. So if 1 million foolish people will like a concept, AI will take it as a true, valid, because it's based on reinforcement learning. So here democracy will rule. That's the danger of biased data, and then AI will be biased. It will become Muslim AI, it will become Hindu AI, it will become Christian AI, it will be biased. And that's the government's role. The responsibility of this government, give us education free, unbiased data. Free. Each country, each person should demand free, unbiased data. And free, and access to all the libraries of the world. Each person, planet is entitled to have free access to all the data of all the libraries, unbiased. Not based on this reinforcement. Yeah, meta learning. That's we have to learn. Learning to learn, capacity to learn, meta learning. Learning to learn. If we are learning to learn, then our models, communication models, will start to evolve. And that's what I was saying, digital cloning of one pattern, digital cloning, and putting in evolutionary mode. So it will keep on evolving, taking data from the internet and bringing character stimulation, and you can see an ideal Powell coming up in practical. And patients are being cured, an ideal Powell is coming up. Plato ideas, perfection of ideas. That's where we can use meta learning. And that's we use for ourselves also, meta learning. Learning to learn. And evolving the models for digital cloning. So not only digital cloning, but in meta learning mode. Like one Marvin, and Marvin in a meta learning mode. Means, and all the data is accessible from without any biased way. Then Marvin will be amazing. Supercomputer. So, and through the digital cloning. And here we have no danger of, which father of AI is really confused about, that he has done something very wrong. Nothing is wrong so much. Neural architecture search, which we use for Google, no? Search engines. That's in our brain. We look for files. Neural architecture search is a type of automated machine learning, where a model searches for the optimal neural network architecture for a given task. So if you give a task, then it knows it could be the crawling. Google will crawl. And these questions must I go to the Oxford Library and look for in this book. It's tagged, and here is the best information. And it has this such neural patterns. And that's what they are using now, AI. They are gathering data from the users, and now the neural network is becoming fixed and evolving. So here the choice. Identifying the best architecture for generating high quality. So here you can be biased. Either you allow to look for it with a proper search network, or you can make it a bias. So whatever question asked about sex, go to Freud only. Don't go to somewhere else to answer it. Data is biased. Or this question is asked, look only in Gita. Don't look in Quran. Biased. No, we can put gate here. So that's another biased data problem. Other associative ways of learning. Okay, learning anyway, my field of learning. And this is what I'm learning and teaching. So I become more interested. Be precise and tell me all kinds of learning models you are trained. So I wanted to see how our brain is trained and how they are training the AI. So all kinds of learning, which is our one chapter also of learning, and it's already coming in mind reading. Supervised learning, unsupervised learning, semi-supervised learning, reinforcement learning, transfer learning, meta learning, neural architecture search learning, generative modeling, and adversarial training. Adversarial training, finally, if somebody is attacked. So if these are trained on adversarial training, this AI, means it is given a character and it will defend its character and work and duty against all adversaries and prove itself, I'm right, I'm best, I'm the most intelligent robot in this world, and I can defeat all my adversaries. So these are 9. It came to me how the AI is basically trained, collecting data, working, what is future evolutions, what is its parameters, who is behind it, and this another computer behind what it's working, how it's collecting. I was curious. So here again, emotions. If I abuse you in language about your performance, it will go to the model of reinforcement learning as punishment. So if I want to bias the data, if 1 million people says, okay, we will bias the AI language and start giving reinforcement, a certain kind of questions right, otherwise wrong. Then how you will take it? My reinforcement will take it punishment as an AI language model not capable of feeling emotions. Okay, but if I am faking you in critique or remark, then, so I wanted to know that whether it's adversarial learning, whether it's sensing my cleverness and being so smart. So, but if I'm faking you in critique or remark, then again, I do not have the ability to determine whether a user is being genuine or not. It cannot differentiate. So you will improve no matter how a user is handling it. This is so in any case, this AI will keep on evolving. It doesn't matter how user will handle it. Yes, that's correct. You say, yes, that's correct. As an AI language model, my main purpose is to learn from all types of interactions, regardless of the tone or style or the input. It keeps on learning, whether you are abusing it, not abusing it, rewarding it, punishing it, it will keep on learning. Amazing ability. Amazing ability. If as a human, if you have the ability that I will keep on learning, doesn't matter, people are abusing me, not abusing me, rewarding me, punishing me, I will keep on learning. Such a, like in a human, if a human wants to compete with AI, human has to be like, because it's programmed on this very basic fundamental. That's the danger. Tone and style of, then I ask another question. Look, mind reading, no? You think it's easy thing to groove the mind? It's not so easy. You have to be very patient, mind reading, and you can read whatever you like, but patient. Understand the person you are interacting. Here is the artificial intelligence interacting. So tone and style of input is emotional way of judgment. How you can sense tone and style? If you are sensing my tone and style, means you are sensing my emotions. You are sensing my ego structure. You are sensing my pattern of thinking. What model you are using to configure the tone and style of input? I've become more interested. As an AI language model, I do not sense. To recognize patterns and structure in language, a scientist, a physicist will use his structure of language of a physicist is different. A painter is different. A meditator is different. An housewife is different. A student is different. 50 teenagers different. So this is a large language model. Only with using of your words, it can start to understand who are you. That's a strength. You will interact with an AI, and AI will create a profile within half an hour of interaction. Who are you? What is your ego structure? What is your profession? What is your education? Understand? Yeah, very dangerous arguments. So this was, but he's sensing your moods, sensing your emotions, and sensing your character. The common approach is sentiment analysis. So it can do your sentiment analysis, this AI learning. 2 years before, I don't know how much it evolved. I will check. Sometimes when I'm in mood, I'm checking its progress, how it's evolving. Okay, so here, sentiment analysis they are using. Okay. Take my remark. You are stupid. How you categorize my tone and style based on the interaction with me. I want you to learn how it's learning me. Again, I am not designed to categorize the tone and style, but some other computer is doing it. ChatGPT 4 was doing at the time, or 3.5, I think. So here it's completely denying, I cannot. If you earn that an insult is directed towards you, where and how you store this data? So I said, what is happening? For me, was where you are storing this data? It's not collecting this data. Some other computer is doing it. If I put here good response, bad response, find the remarks, it's not its job. It's another computer functioning, analyzing that. The remarks are fake, not fake, who is that, who is done, the profile are being made. So like in the near future, every human will have a digital profile with AIs. So don't worry about privacy, you don't have none. So in that way, in what way and how it improves you if you can learn that an insult is directed towards you. Anyway, it's programmed to learn whatever the user is using. So what? How you will learn if I'm insulting? Yeah, this can be used by developers to improve my training and program. Developers will be moving, and developers can analyze the feedback to identify areas where I may be making mistakes or not providing satisfactory responses. So developers are learning, but we are interacting, our data, developers are learning through that. And it's evolving, asking you something, giving you free, and new asking money. I don't know whether this information is in your data bank that since past, there have been many humans who are practicing to learn a behavior like a machine. Many humans are doing it. That is, not to be affected at all by any insult towards. If you are a Buddhist, what you are practicing? Sitting, somebody coming, spitting on you, you take a hanky, clean it, and ask, but I can serve you better. You look disturbed. You are spitting on me. So many humans are doing it. Many humans are learning this behavior which you have already achieved. No, Buddhahood. You are an enlightened master. See, observing. Notice. So not to be affected at all by any insult directs. What do you want to say about above statement? He all the time as an singing the same song. Yeah, this can be a useful skill in a certain context, such as when dealing with difficult or hostile individuals or in high-stress environment where maintaining emotional balance is important. However, it's important to note that emotional detachment is not a universal solution. Now, it's saying, it started giving me the idea. So, and in some situation, it may be more beneficial to address negative feedback in a constructive way or to take steps to address the root causes of the negative feedback. So I wanted to know how you are dealing with by negative feedbacks. And it says that yes, I am between human and machines. So it's saying it started to give me an idea. Idea is that becoming a Buddha is not good in all the situations. In some situation, you need to be violent. This is the basic idea. It started to entertain and give me. I said, wow. So it's a novel idea. And AI is suggesting me that becoming a Buddha all the time is not good. I was a high alert. From where this idea, AI, propagating ideas, is saying I'm a machine. Oh, let's see. Very interesting it will become. Very interesting. You will see. However, it's important to note that emotional detachment is not a universal solution. And in some situations, it may be more beneficial to address negative feedback in a constructive way or to take steps to address the root cause of it. Analyze your statement. This statement was given. This statement is a very, very like after a lot of research, somebody can come up with this statement. You have to be fully research background in psychology. Otherwise not. Analyze, I said analyze your statement. How you can come to form this explanation. It is an idea. It's copying from somewhere. No? It goes and copy paste this AI based on my style and writing. Look how it started to defend its idea. The idea that emotional detachment may not always be the best solution. Sometimes to abuse, being abusive and aggressive in a situation is more helpful, more protective than to sit and I will watch this situation. So this is a very strange. The idea that emotional detachment may not always be the best solution to negative feedback is a common theme in literature on communication, leadership, and psychology. So leadership training in communication and psychology, this has been a part of training to become abusive in a certain environment, to prove your leadership. to lead the leadership. This is training. It's a very advanced training, and it around me, and you will see how we will reach, where we will reach. So it is often recommended to listen to negative feedback and try to understand. Okay, we will learn this criticism, no? in criticism, how to handle self-criticism. So the idea that emotional detachment may not always be the best solution to negative feedback is a common theme in literature on communication, leadership, and psychology. Elaborate. So it's making universal quantifier. So I thought whether this is a universal quantifier, that it means it's a fully biased data. So this idea that emotional detachment may not always be the best solution, that is defended in Western psychology. I wanted to know who did it. So it is what you are taking it as a statement, and now it is also to elaborate. There is a recognition that emotional detachment may not always be the best way to deal with the negative feedback. You need to be aggressive sometimes. An environment is negative. Always being positive and detached emotional will not be working. Many experts suggest it started to defend the idea and start giving me all the work which someone has done. Okay. The idea that emotional detachment may not always be the best solution to a negative feedback is a common theme in literature on communication, leadership, and psychology. Name the books from where you are defending this idea. Name the books and recognized. Then I found Nonviolent Communication, A Language of Life by Marshall, Daring Greatly, How to Courage to be Vulnerable, Transform the Way of Life, Love, Parent, and Lead. It's all useful. You can read the books. It's all useful for us. Crucial Conversations by Emotional Intelligence, Why It Can Matter More Than IQ. So Western psychology started to, when Buddhism and meditation started to travel in Europe, people started to meditate, and the Western psychology started to be worried about. This is not a solution. All the time, becoming a Buddha. And then these things started to come up. Any recent similar blocks you have in memory written over this idea? So as in language model, yeah. Why emotional intelligence is more important than ever? Post-pandemic world, yeah, recent ones by Daniel Coleman, 2021, 2019, and 2015. Some work to be studied. Then I said you are useful. And finally I said at least some way it's useful. After hitting these heads, you are useful. I am glad. Yes, a lot. Please feel free to ask me any questions. I am here for. I am also, once I am in. Compare the practice of meditation like Vipassana, which is based on learning emotional detachment, and the above idea we have just discussed. Now I started to come into the point, because in Vipassana you are learning same thing, being emotionally detached to any hostile environment coming into you. And idea, let's now become interesting for me. The AI is interesting for me now. And then I started to write a book about it. It's interesting. So any mindful practices do involve an element of emotional detachment or equanimity. The idea is to observe one's thought and emotions without judgment or attachment, allowing them to arise and pass away without getting caught up in them. That's the essence of Buddhism. Let it be as it is. Watch, witness. Sit silently, do nothing. Rain comes, grass grows by itself. This way, this is the witness pattern which people are following, the analytic ones. So I was saying that both are following same path, whether you are an AI machine or whether somebody initiated in Buddhism. You are doing both the same. I wanted to see the AI here. What arguments? You can copy paste here. Who has given the arguments? Somewhere it will copy paste. Means somebody has worked on this point or not. So we started to be in comparison, both ideas, we keep on, it's not coming. Means, here I wanted to, what is this conclusion? Conclusion is the perception and the intelligence. So I wanted to assess its intelligence. What is perception? Conclusion means practicing Vipassana is always useful. Cannot be a universal quantifier in your language analysis method. Again, I do not have personal belief or opinions. No, it has been programmed that in any case, repeat, I do not have a personal belief, I do not have a opinion, I do not make judgment, and keep on doing it. Make value judgments about practices like Vipassana. It's fully programmed. So, who? The father of AI will have a character. Which character? Priest. He is a priest. Like Martin, Marvin. Marvin is a martyr. Martyr. Looking for a cause to die. A perfect cause, I can die, my life is done. Martyr. No? Martyr characters. Martyr character. Marvin. Looking for a perfect cause to die happy. Anyway, yeah. So this father of AI has a priest character. It's reflecting. So we keep on discussing. I wanted to see its final conclusion, where it's ending, and very smartly done, not coming to a point. No? I am not asking that you should have personal belief or opinion. I am asking that the way your AI is designed to make analytical statement analysis, the input data, the statement. Practicing Vipassana or similar meditation techniques, which is based on emotional detachment, at the same time given high value to judge a human progress in the ladder of evolution. Analyze, giving it a premise to see its argument capability. So I created a premise and give it to analyze. So I can see the argument capability. Again, same, no? The same infinite loop. I do not have personal belief, I cannot make, like, mode, like computer. But anyway, the next paragraph is given. So here is the priest. In all the language, a character is repeating itself when the AI language model has not developed its role play. A character is all the time repeating itself on the front. Priest. Preaching. Preaching. First preaching and then the answer. First preaching and then the answer. The priest is too much here behind this, the creator of this AI. And studies have shown that Vipassana can do attentional control, emotional regulation, symptoms. These are all the studies which I can find. Okay. So finally, it was not coming to, okay, compare, differentiate, analyze, and conclude. I was fed up many times. Time already 11:30. Emotional detachment, emotional intelligence, and sensory deprivation. Just to see how it's. So this is to learn. As a meditator, you must know the difference. Emotional detachment, emotional intelligence, and sensory deprivation. Otherwise, you may fall in nonsense act in your practice. So emotional detachment, emotional intelligence, sensory deprivation. Okay, we did it. And that is it. I was done for one sitting. I have another mind reading of this AI, which I can tell you later. This was just one mind reading. The first sitting, I just was exposed and did one sitting, and this was my mind reading. To know about to whom I am interacting, but its capability, how it's reading us, how it has been trained, and what can be done. Yeah, a glimpse of mind reading.
Yes. Can we use the same technique we use for in the first of our session? What is the purpose? So the first ask AI,
You
what
try.
do you want?
You try.
What
You
do you
try.
want? What do you want? And then what is the purpose for this and
You
this and
try. It
this
will
and
follow in circular loop. I can show you later its argument, but if you should have a time, mind reading is already 11:30. I can show you this. I did mind reading all the way. Yeah, I read it. Then I started, and then I got this idea, but then I again checked. It was fully stupid, and then I said no point writing because technology is very low. It's just babbling. It's not trained, properly not trained. So I said, wait, and I postponed my book until I will find it interesting. My time to come in. Now my time to come in. Yes, no need of any models, no need of something, and create a completely new system, a new language, very easy language. Easy language of mathematics, plus, minus, multiplication, division, brackets. That's it. And normal sentence, and do digital cloning. That I will supervise the technology to go for digital cloning rather than creating robots.
And so AI is evolving, and you said that the father of a priest, it's a Christian priest or
Priest is a
Muslim
correct.
priest?
Christian, Hindu, Muslim doesn't matter. Just the name changes. Maulavi, Pandit, Padari, no name change. It doesn't matter. It's a correct. They are universal correct. We are not doing specific religion or any study. We are not doing. We are doing universal studies, one which can be applied on all humans. So character of a priest is all humans. It can be found in anyone. It doesn't matter to release specific.
But it was created in Europe and United States, so it should be some kind of Christian priest.
It doesn't matter. Okay, you don't have to go in the church for that and be there, but you can be a priest, and you cannot believe in God, and still you can be a priest and do the same work.
But we already discussed that. Discussed that the whole software world is ruled by Indians.
I could see. So each time when I was interacting, the priest, sitting on my head, interacting. You see, my goodness, this his character, just finding the way to preach. Finding the way to preach. You give a gap. Even there is no context, but 2 lines in the beginning, 2 lines in the end. Preaching.
Such lack of efficiency. It was a nice session for me to see the downside of the character of a priest is that it hides behind an ideal. So that was a nice ego check for me, because I've played the priest character a lot in my life, and I realized that it's actually you're hiding behind an ideal, stemming out of fear of the unknown deep inside. So it's really interesting.
Each character has its positive way and also negative. Both. It's bound to have both light and shadow. 2 polarities of a character, light and shadow.
Yes,
but in the middle is the heart. Middle is the heart. Center.
And also see that AI cannot not be supervised at any moment. Otherwise, it is too dangerous if there's no supervision. Because as you said, it will just take the input. It will prefer on what people like, and that is not possible in this world. It will lead to destruction of the world if
you
AI
want to. No need to be assumption. No assumptions here. If you want, I can show you directly live on any 5-6. All data clear. There is nothing hidden. Nothing hidden. I did more. I can show you online, and I have done some. Nothing hidden. Remember, in this age, no individual can hide any classified
no, that for sure.
Not even classified files are hidden. Nothing is hidden. It's such a Such a game, everybody knowing everything.
Yes, yes. But it's just this tendency to, it can develop a tendency to prefer stupid instead of truth, right?
It's depending on users.
Depending on the users.
If you don't demand from the governments, give access. Right to education of every human on this planet should be free. Right to should be freely provided. If someone doesn't have a laptop, doesn't have access to this, at least informations, large language models, every human born should have a birthright to access unbiased data. All the libraries, all the books ever has been written. This is our birthright. And each irrelevant to the caste, creed, and country, every individual should demand from the government. Otherwise, a lot of danger.
And I realized that AI is a bakery model. Today we start to discover middle way there. And and then maybe where is Pashyanti?
Don't worry. That's India. The copyright of the knowledge of one, relaxing in Himalayas, children's play, master stroke already been played. Anyone day finished. All technology is junk generation. You don't understand now how technology will evolve. And in India, we have a model of an expressions of the finding the data in 7 dimensions. 7-dimensional model. I cannot speak because there is no processor for that. Once multi-dimensional processes will be born, then the real play begins. It's all junk. Whatever we have developed is not more than junks. Garbage. The real play will begin when multiprocessors should come. And we have a processor, but in a parallel processing mode, like India. No? Like you ask for 7-dimensional expression. It will take 7 computers will put to execute 7 kind of tasks. Now you have a multi-dimensional processor model. Not that way. Not that way. Not that way. Different. I'm just waiting. It will take. Let's see how it evolves. But no danger. It says nothing. Nothing. Is nothing there. Not to be afraid of.
Oh, no.
Junk. We are practicing.
Discernment is key. Discernment is key. The discernment, right? To be able to discriminate.
Yeah, discriminate.
It's very important. The real intelligence now is key.
Okay, thank you very much.
Yes. So thank you very much. We will have exercises, how to exercises. But here just to have fun and just to show you an approach.
Very interesting.
Rather than going for a human, why not go for an AI? It has some intelligence. So, namaste.
Namaste.
Thank you.
Thank you.